We are celebrating the 10th anniversary for the console version of the Elder Scrolls Online in just 1 month. And ZOS is giving us another huge gift this month, a new earnable notable home, the Grand Gallery of Tamriel. The description of the house says it's unfurnished, but it's actually furnished with lots of anniversary-inspired items, like Ouroboros carpets and fancy statues. You can visit the house in the Rift if you've yet to unlock it and still want to check it out. It is absolutely massive and will definitely be a challenge to fill, but this is a great museum-style house to put your 10 years worth of adventures on display, and it's super easy to unlock. You'll need to complete just 25 objectives in the latest Golden Pursuits campaign, and there are 38 objectives to choose from, with most of them being very straightforward. Let's start by looking at the easiest option. Completing quests means any quest at all, even dailies like your crafting writs, which also gives you an excuse to craft 50 items. If you have crafting tables in your house, you can take your daily writs there to craft items, completing another objective too. Crafting in bulk works for things like woodworking, so use these tables and craft all 30 items at once. Crafting potions or food is bugged, and you'll need to hit the craft button 30 times. Don't have a house? There are tons of free options aside from this Golden Pursuits house, and even apartments can be used. Don't have tables in your house already? Each table can be purchased for just 35 writ vouchers, or about 25,000 gold per table on PCNA. If you're not into crafting or not earning writ vouchers yet, you can buy these tables from other players. Traveling to your own house counts towards visiting homes, but you can also look at houses to buy, though I'd recommend waiting for Zenithar if you're going to pull the trigger. Visit home tour listings, or visit friends and guild members to finish this one too. You can also choose to level any of your skill lines, but if you have weapons that you haven't used before, unlocking their skill line counts. And you can even further stack these objectives by slotting skills for these trees on your equip bars when you hand in those writs. Now let's look at overland options. There are 3 objectives that can be completed by killing foes in Auridon, Stormhaven, and Eastmarch, which includes even things like deer or monkeys, and enemies inside delves and public dungeons. But you can also pair these 3 objectives with dark anchors. Dark anchors are considered incursions, but other types of incursions aren't considered anchors. And completing just 2 anchors per zone should be enough for the 30 foes. Remember that the incursion icons on the map will indicate which dark anchor has dropped, provided you have the icons discovered. The remaining overland pursuits require you to go to certain types of locations in certain zones, so make use of that fancy new map UI if you get lost. All 3 public dungeons have 7 or more bosses in them, but depending on the number of people also trying to kill bosses, this one can take some time. Delves can be easier if you haven't completed them already. When you reach a delve boss you haven't defeated before, they'll automatically spawn if they aren't already up. Once you've beaten the boss and gotten the achievement, you'll have to wait around like everyone else. While you're completing overland content, you can grab resource nodes too, which does include survey map. We are now just over halfway through the list, leaving group content and a couple of more time-consuming accumulative options to choose from. For group activities, you can choose to complete tribute matches, but these must be completed from the queue finder. NPC matches don't count. Completing a battleground is win or lose. You can join a match from the queue finder, and you only need to complete the one single match. There's also an objective to complete the Aetherian Archive, a 12-man trial in Craglorn. This is one of the first trials introduced to the game, and you can complete this objective on normal. There is no activity finder for trials, but you can use the group finder to search for players trying to complete the same content. If you've been avoiding joining trials or avoiding group content altogether, this trial and any of the dungeons in the pursuit list are a great starting point. Remember that you can queue up for multiple dungeons at the same time, if you decide to tackle these pursuits in a group, though you could decide to do them solo or with a companion. Warning that the queue times, especially for damage dealers, may be longer than usual during these pursuits. Killing foes with class abilities will come naturally over time when you're completing these other options. And there are 2 pursuits that let you simply sign in to grab your daily rewards if you're short on playtime. And fishing. This casual activity isn't challenging, though it can be time-consuming and not typically the ideal option. But you can pair this pursuit with fishing on Artaeum to loot some Psijic satchels and maybe get the fishing recipe if you're still missing it. As if the free house wasn't enough, you can also unlock 35,000 gold for completing 15 objectives. And a very exciting addition for Housers, the Stormy Weather Control collectible. And you'll only need to complete 5 objectives to get your hands on it. This item can be placed in any of your houses that allow weather changing, and works the same way the hourglass that changes time does. You can see which houses allow weather changing in their descriptions. Naturally, the Grand Gallery of Tamriel does allow it. All in all, these pursuits could take as little as a couple of hours to complete, but it will entirely depend on what you choose to complete. Just be sure to claim all the goods before this pursuit ends on the 29th. Thanks for watching and enjoy your new private museum.